This one here that was played some time ago in Gentle Duplicate here, and the topic today is all about establishing suits in no trump. And this was a hand where, when it was played, nearly everyone got to 6 no trump here, but as you can see, only one person made it. Everyone else went down, even though according to this little grid here, you can see 6 no trump should be makeable. So this was the hand that I sent out in the quiz at the weekend, and the question is, how should you play this? So let's have a look at it in more detail. Imagine you're south here. I've just rotated the hand, so your partner opens 2 clubs, and you've got 10 points, but no good 5-card suit of your own. So really the correct response is 2 no trumps there. That shows at least 8 points. And let's suppose your partner goes to 6 no trump. So you end up being declarer in 6 no trump. The opponents lead the queen of clubs. And I'd like you to start off, as we nearly always do in no trump, by counting your top definite tricks. So take a minute, work out how many top definite tricks you have here. And in a moment, I will launch a poll and you'll be able to answer that question. Share the results with you. And most of you have gone for 11, 76%, but the rest of you went for something else, 9, 10, or 12. And I always find that quite interesting, because this kind of question really should be one that everyone is getting the same answer for. So let's go through it. In spades, we've got 4 top tricks, the ace, king, queen, jack. We may need to be a little bit careful to make sure we don't block the suit, but you do have 4 top tricks there. You have 2 hearts, the ace and king. You have 3 diamonds, and you have 2 clubs. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, I agree with the majority of you that you have 11 top tricks here. If anyone who gave a different answer would like to say why they came to a different conclusion, do let me know, or perhaps you just miscounted. But you have 11 definite tricks there. And where can we make an extra trick from? Well, I can see 2 possibilities here. One is the hearts, that could provide a 12th trick. And the other is the diamonds. Okay, we have 7 diamonds between us and dummy, and we have hopes to make an extra trick there. And we only need 1 more trick to make our 12 tricks. So I'd just like you to give your opinion on what is the chances that we can make an extra trick from the diamond suit. Okay, what do you think the odds are that we can make a total of 4 diamond tricks? So I'm going to launch a second poll here, and I'd need to give your answer to how many. What's the probability, do you think, that you can make at least 1 more trick in diamonds? And I'm going to launch that poll in a minute. And your choices are going to be 50, 68, 82, or 88%. So let me launch that poll and tell me what you think your chances of making at least 4 diamonds are. Let me end that poll and share the results with you. And most of you went for 82%, followed by 68%, then 50%, and 2 people said 88%. So I put this suit combination into the program called Suit Play, and this is what it came up with. So I put this combination, and you can do this yourself if you can download Suit Play if you have a a Windows program, a Windows system. So you put the ace, king, queen, 9-7 in one hand, the 6-5 in the other, and then it will calculate the probability of how many tricks you can make. And this one is a little bit complex because it's giving you two possible lines of play. Here it's saying that the match point best line of play is line A, and that gives you a probability of making 5 tricks as 38.75. And it's actually saying that there's a better line to take if your goal is 4 tricks, and that's line B. Now, I'll explain what these lines are. Line A, if you replay it, is actually just to cash the ace, king, queen, and then the 9 and the 7. That's line A. Line B involves taking a finesse, and it actually slightly increases your chance of making 4 tricks, but it decreases your chance of making 5 tricks. So the best overall is to try line A. And if you do that, your chance of making 4 tricks is a little bit less than the 89%. It's actually something like 88%. So well done to the 2 people who said it's 88%. Yes, your chance of making 4 tricks here, if you play this as the computer says, is about 88%. And your chance of making all 5 tricks is 38.75%. So if you're considering which suit to go after, the diamonds is clearly a very good chance here, whereas the hearts are a little bit more tenuous, and you either need a good division in hearts or the heart finesse to work. But I would be going after the diamonds here because you have a chance to make all 5 diamond tricks if the suit divides evenly. And even if the suit doesn't divide evenly, if it divides 4-2, you will have a good chance to make 1 extra trick. So diamonds is clearly your best chance here. Actually, your chance of making all 5 tricks is a little better than normal, because if you cash the ace, king, and the jack 10 fall, you may be able to make an extra trick with a 9 there. But the diamonds is really the best chance here. And what you would do here is win the first trick, and I would go after diamonds straight away. And you're hoping when you play this that the suit divides evenly. The suit divides 3-3. So let's see what happened on this hand. We play 2 rounds and everyone follows. So that's 8 diamonds gone, 9, 10, 11. There are 2 outstanding, and you hope that when you play the queen that both east and west follow. You discard a club. Here, west doesn't follow, west discards as well. So there's still a diamond out, but you now guarantee your contract by giving up, by playing another diamond, giving up to the jack of diamonds, and then whatever they play back, they play a club, you can regain the lead, and now you can cash your diamond you've set up. So played this way, I'm now going to cash the spades. Okay, cross over to the hearts, and I can claim 12 tricks at that point. So the diamonds is really a very good chance here. You give yourself a chance to make all the diamonds and make 13 tricks, while making at least 4 diamonds at least, about 88% of the time. So I think on this hand, when this was played, declarers went wrong in a couple of ways. Some declarers cashed the ace, king, queen, and when they discovered the 4-2 break, they then abandoned that suit. And others tried the playing on the hearts, which didn't really work out, as the hearts weren't divided well for you, and the finesse of the jack of hearts doesn't succeed. So that's what we're looking at today, examples of establishing suits in no trump. Let's have a look at another one. Do interrupt me if you have any questions about this. And here's one where you've got, I think, 17 points. you open one heart, your partner bids 2 clubs, and with a balanced hand, you rebid 3 no trump. And the opponents lead a spade here. And I'd like you to try and make a plan on this hand. I don't have a poll for the number of tricks here, but I suggest you start off by counting up how many top tricks you have here, and then look at opportunities for more. And there is a poll here, which is, what are you going to play on the Jack of Spades? Are you going to win this in dummy with the king? Are you going to win it in your hand with the ace or queen? Or are you going to play low from both hands? Those seem to be the options. So have a little think about that. Make your plan as to how you're going to make the tricks you need to make 9 tricks, and then decide what are you going to play at trick 1. Is anyone would like to tell me they're ready for me to go launch the poll? The question.
Yeah, fine.
All right, someone's ready. That's good. All right. Let's launch that poll then. Okay, let me share the results with you. And let's see, 67% said you should win with the ace or the queen. 29% said win with the king, and 1 person said play low from both hands. And let's before we answer that, let's have a little count. And we're going to count our top tricks here, and here it comes to 3 spades, 1 heart, 1 diamond, and we've got 3 top tricks in clubs, haven't we? So we start off with 8 top tricks here, and if we think about where we can get the extra tricks from, any extra tricks from, I think the answer has to be clubs, doesn't it? Clubs is clearly the best chance. And it's a little similar to the last hand in that we have 7 clubs here. And the ideal situation for us is that the missing clubs divide 3-3. If they do, we can play 3 rounds of clubs, and then the remaining 2 clubs will be good. However, the odds are that they don't divide 3-3, and the 4-2 division is more likely. And in that case, what we're going to do is give up a club, but make a trick with our 5th club. So we're giving up a club unless they divide evenly 3-3, but then that will set up another club trick for us. So because we want to focus on the club suit here, it's a very good idea to keep the king of spades in dummy as an entry. It's normal when you're playing a suit to win in the shorthand, but here we need to do something different because we want to try and keep that king of spades, which we may need as an entry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to win this first trick. By the way, I wouldn't duck from both hands because we're quite weak in diamonds in particular, or not that strong in hearts either. So it's probably a good idea to win this trick and then immediately going after clubs. And we're going to, when we play clubs, we're going to win in the shorthand again, W-I-S-H, and we're going to watch how the clubs are played when they divide. The opponent started with 6 clubs, that's 2 gone, so they've now got 4 left. We'll play another round and they both follow, so there are now 2 left. And now when we play the queen of clubs, we hope that they both follow, and then our last 2 clubs will be good. But on this hand, West discards, so East has got 1 more club left, and what we're going to do is let them have it, let them take their jack, but it's set up our 7 of clubs, and we've got the king of spades as an entry to get back over there. So whatever they play here, if they play a diamond, let's say, we can win that one. We can cross over to the king of spades and cash our club. It was quite a bit of work to set that up, but that is going to be our extra 9th trick there. After that, I don't think we're going to make any more tricks, so maybe we'll just take our 9 tricks and the opponents will probably take the rest here. Okay, but we'll make our 3-no trump. Any comments or questions on that? So again, that was anytime you've got a hand like this with very few entries into a hand with a long suit, try and keep that high card here, the king of spades, as an entry so that you can get back over there. Here's a very similar hand. And again, it's gone 1 spade, 2 clubs, 3-no trump. And again, let's stop by counting our top definite tricks, which here are 2 spades, 1 heart, 2 diamonds, and 3 clubs. Again, we start with 8 definite tricks there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, it looks like the best option to make an extra trick could well be in clubs. Now, once again, we have 7 cards in the club suit. If the missing cards were to divide 3-3, we could make all the clubs, but that's not so likely, and the 4-2 division is much more likely, which will mean giving up a trick. The problem on this hand is that if we start off by cashing the ace, king, queen of clubs, as we did last time, then unless we get a 3-3 division, we will then not be able to get back to dummy in all likelihood in order to take that 5th club. So on a hand like this, it's generally better to cater to a 4-2 division in clubs, and that means losing the 1st club. So let's suppose we win that 1st diamond. What you really want to do here is play a club and let the opponents win it. So if I bring up the 4 hands at this point, we are catering to a 4-2 division, letting the opponents win that. Whatever they play back, we can win that. And now we play the clubs. And as long as they divide no worse than 4-2, we will make an extra trick with the 3 of clubs. After that, again, we'll probably just cash our top tricks, although on this occasion, East-West, I think, have discarded poorly. And if you have been watching the spade suit, you can actually make some over tricks by cashing the spade. So when you played your club suit, actually East ended up discarding, and it made some extra tricks there in spades. But the key to this hand was the club suit. And every now and then, if you play it this way, you will discover that you will make 1 fewer trick perhaps than people who just cash the ace, king, queen. But you did the right play here, because in the long run, you will come out ahead on these kinds of hands, because the clubs won't be divided evenly. And so you should cater to a 4-2 break by losing the 1st club. Any comments or questions on that? Let's have a look at another one here, where we open, North has opened with a weak 2 diamonds, and we've got a very nice hand, something like 18 points. And let's suppose we just jump to 3-no trump. It seems like that's a spot we want to be in. And the opponents lead a spade here. And again, let's stop to count our top tricks, which are 2 spades, 1 heart, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what's the best option here to try and make more tricks? Would anyone like to unmute themselves and tell me what they think the best option is?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, I think, yeah. You've got quite a lot of diamonds. You've got 8 diamonds. So you have hopes to establish that suit. Again, here, though, you need to think about your entries, and you don't have any entries to the north hand. So what you need to do is cater to a 3-2 diamond division. That's by far the most likely division. And so I like to sort of have that in the back of my mind. So I'm going to let's suppose I decide to win that one. I've got another stopper there, so I will now play a diamond. And because you've only got 2 diamonds in your hand, you need to lose one. Okay, and this is a time to lose it. Let them win this first trick. You could try the 10, but you expect that will lose to the jack. Whatever they play back now, you'll play maybe another diamond. And if everyone follows to that, you now know your diamonds are set up, because 8 diamonds have gone. You've got 4 in dummy, so you'll be able to run your diamond suit now. The last diamond will fall, and you can cash all those diamonds, discarding maybe a spade to start with, and then some club. So now we've made 7 tricks so far. We might come back with the ace king of clubs, cash the heart, and see if our clubs are good. This time they're not. Easter gets in and is able to cash a spade, but we'll make 10 tricks there by setting up the diamonds. So again, that was an important one to try to imagine how the diamonds are likely to be and the best way to play it. If you start off, if I replay this hand, and if you start by, if I change the play to, at this point, to play the ace or the king, then the computer is telling me I will be defeated, because I won't be able to set up that diamond suit. And just a slight variant of this is a very similar hand, where again, they lead the spade and you win the first trick with the king. And again, you need to set up the diamonds. Now, suppose you start by leading the jack, and suppose the West plays the queen here. Now, it's very tempting to try and win this trick, to beat the queen with the ace or king. But if you do, you will be defeated. If I bring up the 4 hands and show this to you again, you'll see again that you must let them win the queen here, although it's sort of annoying to have to do that. But if you try and win that with the ace or king, then you'll be defeated, because a suit you won't be able to play the third. You won't be able to make more than two diamonds on that if you play it that way. Okay. And then just one last hand to have a look at. This is one where we're playing it in 1 no trump. So yourself here, you've got a fairly balanced hand, and you decide to open 1 no trump. You do have a 5-card major, but it's a very weak major here. So you might well be better off ignoring that and just treating it as a 1 no trump balanced hand. The problem if you bid 1 spade on this hand is that if your partner then, for example, responds 2 clubs, you then have a slightly difficult rebid. You'd either have to rebid 2 spades, which you're not very keen on with such a weak suit, or lie about your hand by rebidding 1 no trump, which would show a stronger hand. Anyway, you bid 1 no trump, and that's passed out, and the opponents lead a heart. And again, we're going to start off by counting our top tricks here. So we've got no spades, we've got 2 hearts, 1 diamond, and 1 club. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 top tricks. And seems like the best chance for more tricks is in clubs. If we can set up that club suit, we should be able to make maybe a total of 4 tricks in clubs. But we have a decision to make right away at trick 1, because they've led the Queen of Hearts, and we've got to decide, do we want to win that in dummy, or do we want to win it in our hand? Now, often on a situation like this, you might think about winning it in dummy and then trying the club finesse. The problem on this hand, if you do that, is that even if East has the king of clubs, so the finesse in theory will work, you may, if you've used your king of hearts at trick 1, not be able to get to dummy again. So it's best to actually give up on the club finesse and keep your king of hearts as an entry to dummy. So if I bring up the four hands, you can actually see that the only way to make this contract is to play low here from dummy. You can be defeated by two tricks if you take your king. So you should play low here. And again, when it comes to your hand here, you need to win this one, okay? If you don't win it, the opponents can carry on in hearts and knock out your king. So you've got to win it with your ace and then give up on the club finesse. You can see on this hand, the club finesse in the theory would work, but because you're very short here, you might not be, they might not play the king and you might never be able to run those clubs. So much better plan is to cash the ace here and then play the jack. And now we're coming to another decision point here about what to play. And again, if I click on the GIB button, it is telling you that you have to play the queen here. You have to overtake. If you make the mistake of playing low here, East could let you win that one with the jack, and now you have no way back to dummy except with the king of hearts. But your clubs won't be set up yet if that's the case. So the way to guarantee this contract here is to overtake. East will probably now take the king. If they might play another suit here rather than hearts, because they can see the clubs are set up, and you might be able to take some spade tricks here. Okay, nothing declarer can do about this. By the way, it's tempting here for East to play another spade because they know their jack is high, but oddly enough, that will give declarer an over trick because it sets up the 10 as an extra trick. So the best play from East here is not to cash that jack because it leads to an over trick, maybe play a diamond, but declarer can finally win that one, cross over to the king, and now we'll be able to cash the remaining club tricks. So played that way, you should be able to make 7 tricks at the end. The opponents will get in and will take the rest of the tricks, but you'll make your 7 tricks on that one. So that was another example of establishing long suits, and especially the thing to try to remember is, you know, if you've got a weak hand like this north hand with one entry, try to keep that entry because it may be the only way to get to that hand to play that long suit. Any questions or comments on any of that?
There's just one danger, and that is unless you've got the other suits covered, they can come in and run their suit.
Yes, I mean that's true, but I mean there are hands, you know, where you've only really got, I mean that was the case to some extent here, but really you didn't have any chance to make this contract unless you can set up the clubs.
Yeah.
So you have to take a you have to go, you know, go for it as really as your only option here.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have tried to set up the spades, but I think your spades are really quite weak there. So I think clubs are a much better bet there. But you're right.
I think in certain hands, it's certain, you know, that you can't do anything else. But there are certain hands where it's sort of a bit, you know, uncertain.
Yeah. I mean, for example, if we look at this hand, if the opponents had led a diamond, you know, they could have knocked out our diamond ace, and then things are a bit more precarious. On the other hand, they don't have that many diamonds between them. And, you know, again, we would, whatever they lead here, our best bet is really to go after the club. It's our only chance. So it's better than, you know, well, I don't know what the alternative would be, really. Anyway, let's end the talk there. Thank you.